Okay, now you have a triangle here. You'll notice in that top left corner, those are your formulas for law of cosines. They're technically the same formula, it's just it depends on which side you're looking for. Remember, all of this is in the formula sheet. Formula sheet. You do not have to memorize this. This is law of cosines, because you see that's why there's cosines in it. All right. Now you'll notice what's given here. You have side, angle, side. That's how you know you use law of cosines. All right, there here, SAS. The other way you'll know is if you have SSS, three sides. And just in case you don't believe me, I'm going to show you why. Let's do law of sines here. So sine of A over little a equals sine of big B over little b equals sine of C or little c. Let's see what we got here. So big A there, we don't know that. So that just stays sine big A. Opposite of that is 20 equals, we have sine of big B. Oh, big B is right here. It's 82. Sine of 82 over opposite of that. Oh, we don't have that. We're looking for little b. Little b equals, and then C, don't have C, sine of C over little c, which is right here, which is 24. If you look at that, none of these are complete ratios. You would not be able to cross multiply. The reason why I'm showing you this is because you can always test it out. So if I looked at this and I said, I'm not sure, I always start with law of sines because that's the easiest one to set up. If I look at this and notice no ratio here is complete. Every single ratio has a variable in it. So if I cross multiply here, sine A times B, that doesn't help me. Or if I cross multiply here, B times sine C, that doesn't help me. So this is how I know, okay, I have to use law of cosines. I have too many variables for this, so this does not work. Or if you remember, like I was telling you, you can just memorize this, SAS and SSS. But you don't have to memorize that. You can try it out and see which one works. There's always going to be one of them that works. Now, if I'm looking for little b here, I'm going to use the one that has b by itself on one side. So I'm going to say b squared equals, you say, well, what's little a? Little a is, oh, right here, opposite of a, 20. So 20 squared, that's what it tells me to do, little a squared, plus little c squared, little c is right here, opposite of big C, little c is 24, 24 squared, minus 2, multiply these two numbers, 20, 24, times cosine of big B. So this B and this B are always going to be matching up. They're opposite of each other. So then I'm going to put 82 here. All of this goes into your calculator. You can type it in exactly like that, no tricks. When I did that, I got b squared equals 842.3938231. I'm going to do this to 3 sig figs. First I have to square root because I want b. Then I get b equals square root that. I get 29.0. That's what b equals. Giving this angle here. And it says find BC. So BC is right here. It's opposite of angle A, so that's little a. So I'm doing this one, little a. Let's use this formula. And then I'll do, a squared equals b squared. So b squared, b is opposite of big B. So there's big B, opposite of big B is little b here, 21. 21 squared plus, and then I need c squared, so b squared, c squared, opposite of little c, big C, there we go, there's little c, 30 squared, and then minus the same two numbers, 2 times 21 and 30, order doesn't matter, cosine, the angle that's opposite of little a, which is what they give you here, 123. That goes in the calculator. You get a big boy number, a squared equals 2027.245184. My last step is I gotta square root. When I do that, square root my answer, my calculator, and I get a squared, or sorry, not a squared, a equals 45.0. This is working out nice today. Then here's 45.0. See? No problem. We got this. Here, you know, final boss. I hated this fight. I think I did this fight 50 times. I don't even know if I made it through. I don't remember. I don't know. All right. Now here it says to find big C. It's the same exact triangle we had before, but now looking for the angle. So you'll notice something funny about our new formulas. These technically aren't new formulas. It's just we took the same formulas and we changed them around so that the cosine was by itself. Again, this is also on the formula sheet. Formula, so you don't have to memorize that. Now we're looking for big C. So here we have side, side, side. That's how you know it's law of cosines. And then I'll just do, all right, what are we looking for? Big C, I circled that. Oh, look, big C's right there. Cosine of big C equals, that's big A, that means this is little a, 20 squared plus, and then it says B squared. Big B is here, that means little b is right here, little b. 29 squared, then minus C squared, the last one left, so it'll be 24 squared all over, and it says 2AB, 2, and then 20, and 29. Then remember what I showed you a couple classes ago. If we have cosine C equals 20 squared plus 29 squared minus 24 squared over 20, 220, 29, we have to take the inverse cosine both sides. Cosine inverse, that goes away, and we get C equals cosine inverse of all that. 20 squared plus 29 squared minus 24 squared. Like I said, it looks daunting, but again, we have all the numbers. We're just putting them in the calculator. Remember, this does not mean -1, that means inverse. And when you put that in the calculator, we get 55.0. So that one worked nicely too.